Hey guys, time for my main event review from April 3rd, 2013. This should have been the episode of NXT that was on the week before, the Wednesday before WrestleMania. Excuse me, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch my last review of NXT. You'll understand. Well, I'll tell you, this is just a fantastic show. First off, commentating team. Fan-freaking-tastic. Tony Dawson, Cassius Ohno, and Brad Maddox. Yes. And Brad Maddox has gems throughout this entire episode. It is absolutely great. Opening match is a tag team match. Bo Dallas and Adrian Neville against Luke Harper and Eric Rowan of the Wyatt family. This is a good match. It starts off with Dallas and Harper for a bit. Dallas gets a little bit of an advantage, and Harper does. And then each man makes a tag. And then for a while, Harper and Rowan work on Adrian Neville. And throughout, here's a good gem from Brad Maddox. Tony Dawson says out loud, "How many matches do you think it takes for two people," and he's talking about Dallas and Neville, "to get used to working together as a tag team?" And Maddox says, "About 6 to 12 matches. Zing. So, Maddox just has these good ones all night. It really was. And then late in the match, Neville makes the hot tag to Bo Dallas, and it's all Bo Dallas. He just goes absolutely crazy. Knocks Rowan out of the ring. Wyatt tries to get involved. He knocks him off the apron. Neville comes into the ring. He runs, hits a flippity-doo move. And then Harper tries for a move, but Dallas catches him in a belly-to-belly suplex. 1, 2, 3, Bo Dallas and Adrian Neville get the win in a good tag team match to start off the show. Then we go back to, we go to a commercial break, but before that, Connor O'Brien cuts a promo saying how tonight he will be the NXT champion and how he will ascend to the top. So we cut back to Dawson, Ohno, and Maddox, and we, for the 850th time, watched the John Cena Rock video package for WrestleMania. After the package, they were going to talk about the match when out of the blue comes William Regal. Regal is not on commentary this week. He attacks Cassius Ohno, and he beats the crap out of him. And after he's done, the fans are chanting, "Regal, Regal, Regal." So we come back, and it's Maddox and Dawson now, and Maddox is like, "Dawson, I think that's the hardest you've ever been hit in your life." And that was another good one. Then we go to women's tag team action, as it is Summer Rae and Audrey Marie against two of the best-looking women in the entire WWE, Sasha Banks and Paige. This is another match I like because it continues two feuds at the same time that's actually getting airtime. And the whole story of the match is Summer Rae does not want to be in the ring with Paige. Paige, a couple times, tries to make her way towards Summer Rae, but Audrey Marie blocks it. And then when Sasha Banks gets in the ring with Audrey Marie, Marie's not afraid. Those two go at it. So the end of the match, Audrey Marie tags in Summer Rae. And Sasha Banks tags in Paige. Well, we're about to get the confrontation. We're about to get it. And then all of a sudden, Summer Rae tags Audrey Marie back in, and she runs all the way to the back, scared for her life. The end of the match, Paige hits the Paige Turner. 1, 2, 3, Sasha Banks and Paige get the win. After the match, Paige leaves the ring, runs after Summer Rae, and Sasha Banks is left alone, raising her hand as the victor. Then it is announced next week on NXT, William Regal against Cassius Ohno. The match we've been waiting for is gonna happen. It's gonna happen next episode. So now we go to the main event. Conor O'Brien against Big E Langston, NXT Championship on the line. Brad Maddox has perhaps the single greatest analysis in the history of professional wrestling. The greatest. He says, and I quote, all Conor O'Brien has to do is he has to get a 3 count. Big E Langston has to get a 5 count. So Conor O'Brien has a 66% better chance of winning the match than Big E Langston does. Son of a bitch, he's right. He's right. This match actually was better than the first one that they had, the non-title massacre, which Tom Phillips called a car crash before the match began. But no, this was actually a good match. I cannot complain about this match at all. For a while, it looked like O'Brien was going to win, but Big E Langston comes back, and he ends up hitting the big ending on O'Brien, gets the 3 count in the win, and Maddox is like, oh, he took the 3 instead of the 5. And then after the match, he gave Conor O'Brien the big ending again, and he counts the 5. That's the end of NXT. A good episode. 3 good matches. Yes, even the main event was a good match. And Brad Maddox was just the best part of the entire show. He was absolutely fantastic. I will say this for the record. If and when there is a day, if Brad Maddox is rented out as assistant to the managing supervisor, whatever he is, make him either a color commentator or a manager. He is gold. He is freaking gold. How can you not have this guy either as a color commentator or as a manager? I think if he's a manager, he could be the best manager in like 20 years. If he's a color commentator, he'd be probably better than every color commentator with the exception of William Regal and Steve Corino right now. He's perfect. He really is. But this was a fun episode to watch. Brad Maddox made this episode fun to watch. The matches were good. The Regal-Ono feud continues. Hopefully it has an epic conclusion on the next episode of NXT.